So since FORCE is a hereditary cancer organization, is the research that you put out through the X-Rays program specifically focusing on hereditary, or is it all breast cancer?
No, it is all breast cancer with a primary focus on young breast cancer, but we know that there's quite a bit of overlap on breast cancer in young women and breast cancer in older women. Similarly, interest in genetics and genomics crosses borders there too, but the primary focus is all breast cancer, specifically with a focus on younger women.
Right. And now the second program I wanted to talk to you about is the peer navigation program. This seems very interesting to me. You guys link one person up with another. Can you talk with us a little bit about that?
Sure. So this is a new program that we just developed in the past year, and it's very exciting, and it's a new approach for us. FORCE has about 50 in-person peer navigation or peer support groups around the country, and these groups are more like your traditional support group where you might have 15 or 20 people come and they sit and they talk. Not everybody's comfortable with that type of support format. And not everybody is close enough to one to actually be able to come. So we wanted to help fill that void. And so the peer navigation program is somewhat like a buddy program. We have an intake form where the individual will fill out information about themselves, their age, their sex, their cancer status, where they are in life. It could be things like a young single woman who's been diagnosed with breast cancer, or a woman in her 60s who is struggling with how to communicate with her children about her diagnosis. There are a lot of different variables. It could be somebody who's considering fertility treatment. So they fill out all these different questions. It's not too long, but to just give us a sense of who their perfect match would be. And then we have a number of trained individuals who have gone through specialized training and offering support, and they get matched. And in addition to providing that one-on-one social and emotional support, either via telephone or email or Skype or whatever is most convenient, we also have evidence-based informational modules that are provided based on the individual's interests or needs. So if the woman is exploring fertility treatment, then we have a module on fertility preservation. If the person was just recently diagnosed, we have a module on early stage breast cancer diagnosis or ovarian cancer diagnosis. And the response has been fabulous. We're getting wonderful feedback from the participants and the individuals who are providing the support. There really is a wonderful bond that is established. And so we're really excited that we just received funding to expand that program into more rural areas and to really put a big focus on reaching people who are not so easily reached. And people from different socioeconomic backgrounds, people from different rural areas that may not have access to the services that a lot of us have in the closer in urban and suburban areas.
And are the people who provide the support survivors themselves?
So it depends on the situation. They are young breast cancer survivors, ovarian cancer survivors, men. There are people with all different situations, different genetic mutations, and we match them with the individual who is just like them, ideally. So if we have a young woman, 32, who was just diagnosed with breast cancer and learns that she has a BRCA mutation, and she's struggling and trying to figure out where to go from here, we will try to pair her with someone who was diagnosed in their early 30s who has dealt with or is dealing with some of the same things. Obviously, we want our peer navigators to be in a good place to provide that support. So most of them are a year out from maybe their initial diagnosis and have obviously gone through extensive training to be able to provide that support in a helpful way.
That's great. I think this is going to provide so much emotional support to a lot of people who really need it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Lisa.
Thanks for having me, Cortland.